Well, it's Small Business Month, and to recognize this, Rogers Talks, a cross-country speaker series, is featuring some of the biggest names in business. And speaking this year is Devon Brooks, co-founder of Blo Blow Dry Bar. She's talking all about this idea of if I knew then what I know now. And don't we all wish we had that kind of hindsight?
Oh yeah, 2020.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for being here this morning.
My pleasure.
Let's talk about that. So what is it about this idea, you know, if I knew then what I knew now, what are some of the things that really trigger you and really go, okay, this is what I really wish I would have done differently?
Totally. So some of the things I'll be getting into today at Rogers Talks is these bits of advice. So one of the things is really around brand. So many people are confused about how to create a lasting brand that's invigorating, that has a vibration. And ultimately, creating something that has sustenance is all about considering everything through a feeling that you're trying to evoke. So it's all about feelings.
Emotions and feelings.
Absolutely.
Interesting. So are those the emotions that you're feeling or that you're trying to generate in somebody else?
Exactly. The feeling you're trying to evoke. So if you can always bring yourself back to that when you're thinking about building your brand and building your culture, you have to keep thinking and asking yourself, what is the feeling that I'm trying to evoke?
Okay.
It will never fail you.
Let's look at that as an example when it comes to the blow dry bars. What were you trying to evoke?
Confidence.
Yeah.
Confidence. That's
so
what,
you want
that's
the women
what we
to
were
feel
selling.
that way. Yeah.
That's what we're selling. In that business, that's what you're selling. And so in every corner, it's about creating that vibration and elevating somebody. And you know, it worked. And even the brand language around the taglines was all about creating that like fiery feeling within someone. That cheeky brand vocabulary that we would use was all about confidence.
Oh, cool. See, and you knew it in one word. How important is it to know it in that one word or that one sentence?
Crucial.
Crucial.
Yeah.
Yeah. Amazing. Okay, so what about this idea of growing, though? Because you're saying that sometimes growing can be a little bit uncomfortable and scary. Yeah. Tell me a little bit about that.
Growing is uncomfortable. It just is. You can't get around it. And I think that we know that in life, right? When we're learning the most, it's probably not whatever the easiest thing that we're going through. So, you know, entrepreneurialism is inextricably layered, and there's this whole talk about work-life balance. It's something that people go back and forth on all the time. Ultimately, you want to be a successful entrepreneur, you have to learn to meet discomfort with intention. You're going to come up against hard stuff all the time, every day, from meeting your payroll to raising capital to pitching your concept in public speaking. One of the things people are most fearful of. Ultimately, whenever you're doing something positive and enforcing change, you're going to face some kind of resistance, tension, discomfort. You need to be able and be prepared to meet it with intention.
With intention. And is that your strategy for getting past that feeling of uncomfortableness to move forward?
Absolutely, because I think when you can have integrity around ultimately what you're trying to achieve, what you're trying to get to, you can look at everything and go, there's a purpose here. I'm going to grow from this. Here's what the lesson is, and let me keep my eye on that prize.
Right. That totally makes sense. Okay, so what about this idea, though, of, you say here, articulate your reason for being, use it to guide you.
Yeah.
So this is a very personal thing.
Yeah.
What is that about? And why does that work for your business?
As a mentor and advisor, which is what I've been doing since I sold out of Blo, working with founders and collaboratively and both as a guide, is I see over and over again so much confusion around purpose and values, and how you can get clear about that as you're growing a concept and as you're trying to build something, which is where small business entrepreneurs are always, right?
Right.
And so what I've started to see is that when people can articulate their reason for being, so like a sentence that's livable, that when you get out of bed, you can get up and say. Mine is, I'm Devon Brooks, and I'm here to ignite transformational dialogue and cultivate intimate community in unconventional ways. So whatever it is that I'm creating, building, collaborating on, I know that if it's serving that, I'm on the right path. I will always feel fulfilled, I will always be living my purpose, and I will always be true and clear to my values.
Wonderful. Great advice. Devon, thanks so much for being here.
It's such a pleasure.
Such a pleasure to meet you. And if you want to hear more from Devon, check out the Rogers Talk. So it's at Mount Royal University for continuous learning, 4825 Mount Royal Gate. Today it goes until 1:30. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Andy, how about that forecast?